Let's talk about some Nintendo Switch, shall we? Intro start! I haven't done that in a while. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Hey, everybody. What's going on? The insane gang freak here. Fuck! So, for those who don't know, the Nintendo Switch has been leaked. One of the retailers happened to send out some shipments they got way too soon, and people who pre-ordered it from that particular retailer have the console and they've done an unboxing for it. So I kind of wanted to discuss some things that you can see from the video and what is not confirmed, and some of the little tidbits based around it. Okay, so first things first, this thing has a really sleek and quick design. The first thing you notice just right off the bat, just through the initialization and the and just going through menus, is not this fucking ding, like it's nowhere near as slow as any Nintendo console's been with their menus. Almost every Nintendo console's menus, particularly hitting around the Wii era, always had that you hit a button and then you wait a few seconds and then the damn app pops up, like the Wii Shop on the Wii, and even like Miiverse on the Wii U and 3DS. It's always been this clink, do 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 do. Like this thing moves really quick. It's really responsive, which I think just means the OS is optimized. Also, apparently you can take screenshots of anything. You can literally hit the screenshot button and take a screenshot of the home page, like the home menu. Don't know why you ever want to do that, but you can do it. It might be what people do when they get a new game. It's like, well, guess what's in my cartridge? Click, Breath of the Wild. Post it on Twitter. Although I don't think I saw it. I don't know if anyone else saw it, but I didn't see any social media options, which is interesting because that's obviously what they want you to do. I mean, what's the point of the album? But once again, this is a pre-day one update patch that we know is coming, because every console has a day one patch. That means that there's more things to add on to it, but just based off of that, it's missing social media stuff. So that's obviously a thing. Also, under the notifications spot, I've noticed you can get friend notifications on the system. So even if the app is meant for voice chat and messaging, you still get friend notifications, at least friend notifications on the system itself, because there's an option for it. Obviously, it requires you to add your Nintendo account, but good news, friend notifications. Now, whether they'll work the way like traditional notifications work, it's cool. And for those who don't want to see the shit on screen, you have an option to turn it on and off in the system settings. Other thing involving Nintendo account, if you look, I think it's during the My Nintendo account stuff, you actually can read the text, and it says that your eShop, DLC, and download purchases are now tied to the account. So that has been confirmed, and this is the pre-update. This is the pre-update Nintendo system. Like, this is the pre-update Nintendo Switch, which means that means default. All this maintenance they've been doing on the Wii U and 3DS is finally coming to fruition. Henceforth, hey, look, guys, all your purchases are now tied to your account, not the system, because it's been confirmed in the settings. That's the other cool thing. So, we've made some progress, and some compliments are coming. Another thing, getting into the not the friend codes. What was I gonna say? Also getting into the parent restriction settings. And some of you might ask, what's the big deal for the parent restriction settings? The fact that there's two ways you can do it. There's a do it on the console, or you can do it through the app. The fact that you can do both says at least that potentially there's some room there to do the same thing with messaging. That maybe you can do like basic voice chat functions. Like I can just, add a few friends in a lobby or a room and talk to them, but I can't like set up future times and schedule game sessions and schedule rooms in advance on the phone app. Although, and I don't know how people are gonna feel about that, but the fact that the parental settings have an option makes me think, well, it wouldn't be that hard to have the messaging system have the same option. Also, I think at this point, people just want to try it and see how well it works. It could just be a thing where it works better on the phone, but whatever. The other cool thing is that they do something that Discord does that I love. You can change the fucking theme from the white background and black text to the dark background and the white text, which pops out more and is better for people who have eye issues like myself. And it's the way I look at my Discord. It's the same kind of theme. Also, that means that you can possibly customize your Switch themes because it's a theme section. Why do you need a theme section when the only two options currently are the white and the black, like the white on black or the black on white themes? That also means they're probably going to bring the theme stuff from the 3DS over to the Switch. So that's another thing we can talk about, which is cool in its own right. You couldn't see much with the eShop. There's not too much with the power stuff. There's not a lot to talk about, but there are things to talk about. And the things that are there are great because we now know and I guess the fact that we found out that the OS takes up about 7 gigs. 6 to 7 gigs. The cool thing is that we now know that you can now kind of see the results of this partnership. You have a quicker, speedier OS, a slimmed down, more minimalistic settings, so you can't confuse really anybody. We're probably gonna get themes. The downloads and purchases are now tied to the accounts, not the system. You can create multiple systems. The console's region free. There's a lot of good things here coming. And I just kind of wanted to address it and make it kind of known because I know that a lot of people still have a lot of issues. But the fact that you have all these little improvements sprinkled out that people have been wanting from Nintendo for years shows a lot of good things coming, and it shows their potential to listen because there's a few of these things they didn't have that, like the theming shit. I knew they were probably going to add themes to the console, but the fact that they were. And I don't know how, and you have to argue how much of this is NVIDIA and how much of this is actually Nintendo. And it might be a combination of both. There isn't too much else to refer to because it's just the console. We won't really get to know much else until the day one update patch is in. And then, which is what's going to be, that's one of the reasons why, because I've heard it isn't just this leak. Reviewers are also getting their console copies right now. But once again, there's not too much to see because none of the updates are probably in place, meaning they can't go on the eShop and check that out. So when you get your first Nintendo Switch review from IGN and GameSpot, it's going to be like the bare bones current review with like minor mentions. Unless they're getting a certain update that like other, that like the out of the box, like the consumer versions aren't. I don't know. But I did want to just go and come up here and talk about it because those are cool features. I mean, they're not. Once again, none of them are mind-blowing, and a lot of people would agree that some of those features should have been in here in the fucking Wii U. Also, side note, I'm interested, and I just thought about this for a second. There's an option in the settings that you can turn the rumble on and off. Is this the first handheld with a rumble? Now, granted, I say this, I don't own a Vita or a PSP, so I don't know the Vita or the PSP had rumble. But if not, does that make the fucking Switch the first handheld with a damn rumble function? I don't know. The TV settings were weird because there's an option in there for fucking like 480p. I don't know why that's the thing. Who the fuck? I'm not gonna go. It's 2017 and people still use like DVDs and there are people who still watch VHSs. So I can't say anything. I just thought it was interesting that there's an option. But it's nice because that means you're accommodating everybody. Even though you only have an HDMI adapter, I don't think you can do RGB cables. Nah, I don't think you can, so I don't. Fuck it. there's not too much else to go over. It's just a few things I thought were interesting. So please tell me, what are your thoughts? What things are you interested in? I'll leave a link in the description below to where you can go watch the video and tell me your thoughts and what things you hope they add and what things you wish they and you think they don't need to add, or if you see some other stuff while analyzing this video that I didn't. So thank you guys for watching. This has been the Insane Game Freak. Life's a game, play to win, and I will catch you guys later.